In today's video, we are going to go over everything that we store out in our pantry. If you are new here, I'm a mom of 10 and we like to store a lot of our food out in the garage, and we want to make sure that we have everything that we need for our prepper pantry, and then we also store some canned goods in another area in our garage. So if you're interested in any of that, stay watching and we're going to share all of that in today's video. Everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel. I'm Stephanie if you're new here. For today's video, we're going to go over what's in our prepper pantry. I just put out a video on some new stuff that I put out here. I wanted to go over some stuff that you guys can put in your pantry that maybe you didn't know about. That I ended up doing a video with some of the stuff that I got off my grocery order, and I went on to Walmart and I kind of just searched around to look up some shelf stable items that you can put in a pantry. We store a lot of our stuff in a garage. We have this little cubby area in the garage, so a lot of our stuff has to be stored a certain way when it comes to us in the garage. If you guys have a storage in the house, maybe you guys store it a little bit different. I do have this stuff out here. It doesn't stay out here all the time, so I just went through the expiration dates on this. So I'm not overly worried about them being in plastic bottles, because this isn't going to be something that's going to be on our shelves for like so many years. So I'm not worried about the sauces and stuff like that. When it comes to our canned goods, a lot of times we go through that. Also, we kind of rotate things. So the kids are eating it, we put it back. And then as for like the glass jars and stuff like that, we like to have them out here because we're not going to worry about them. So we have our spaghetti sauce and sauces like that. Tomato soup, I keep out here. I always share our 48-hour emergency kits. We have that. And then we also have the adventure meals. So I'm going to repeat a lot of this from my last video. I just don't go into a lot of detail with it in that video. And I am going over some of the shelf stable stuff that I found from Walmart. But we use a lot of like food grade buckets. So I did get these from Walmart. I don't know. These are plant-based. I just learned about this. Let me know in the comments down below. If you guys are a prepper, it's going to be different, I think, if you're a prepper versus someone just storing food. A lot of people are complaining about the plant-based food items now. So I'm not quite sure. I need to look into that. I just discovered that actually after I bought these. So I'm not quite sure. But this was one of the options for shelf-stable stuff. So I got a bunch of these food ones just because it's high in protein and fiber. I think that was one of the reasons why keto, plant-based. So I'm not quite sure. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys feel about them. Just found a post on Facebook about someone complaining about a lot of that stuff. So I want to know your opinion on that. But we do store a lot of our stuff that we can't store in the house out in this pantry, just because what we store in the house, we only have a couple cabinets that we can store food. So we wanted an area out in the garage that we can store a lot of our stuff in. And this is what Lauren made for us to be able to do that. So we have our canned goods, and then like Spam. That's a prepper thing. I think a lot of people will store Spam. I know a lot of people will get like baking goods. So we have like salt and pepper, vanilla. We do have baking soda, so I do have baking soda up there. But mainly we have just like our canned goods out here, and then some of the stuff that Lauren wants to keep for longer term. And then I'll take you out to the garage and I'll show you our canned area that we have that we use like on a regular basis. But otherwise, we started storing milk. So we got milk out here now. This we got at, some of it we got from Walmart, some of it we got at the Dollar Tree. I also store dry milk in food grade buckets. So we have that. We have oatmeal, sugar, flour in our food grade buckets now. We do have a lot of like beef broth, chicken broth. I just found these on, I think it was Walmart. It's either Walmart or I'm thinking it's Walmart. So we got the chicken and the bone broth. I'm so excited for these. I think I'm going to pick up more. I haven't had time to really make my own, so I'm glad that I found them. I do have these for soup. And then we have like our, what is it? Like the paste or the bouillon powder stuff. So we'll have that. We have tuna. I think a lot of people store tuna also in their prepper pantry. We don't go through this Dinty Moore that often, but we do have that out there for a food option. I do need to get more chicken. We're running low on that. I don't really use this gravy. I needed it, I don't know, like a year ago, so I haven't used that. And then our corned beef hash, the kids will use that for like breakfast or whatever. But this is another thing that you can keep on your shelf. Anything in cans is another option to keep on your shelf. We do store like our oxygen absorbers out here. I also have more in other places. We have our labels. So I have Mylar bags and my labels all in here. And then in a food grade bucket, I have all of my seasonings for canning for like sauces and stuff. So I have all of that. The thing that we store out here is our vinegar, lard, our garbage bags for in the house, and all the stuff that you need for your pantry. If you guys want to start storing, you can start with the basics. You want your coconut oil, you want your baking goods, your salt, your pepper, your baking soda, your baking powder, your oils, your fats. That kind of stuff is like, you could put that at your number one list of things that you should have in your prepper pantry. Another thing is honey. Try to get some local honey. If you can get that in jars, keep that on your shelf. If you guys want to start saving like teas and stuff, that's another good thing. A lot of people don't think of that kind of stuff. I just ran into somebody else, and this is covered in my other video, is a lot of people store stuff for their animals, which I didn't even think of that. So that's another good thing. So we have a mix of stuff that we keep out here that we use on a regular basis, but also we want to be able to restock everything after we use it. So that's what we like to do. And in the last like year, we started storing our medicine. So we have our little pharmacy in here. Sorry about the lighting. It's kind of a little glowy. But we started our pharmacy. The stuff that we use on a regular basis, like our vitamins and stuff, is in the house. But if we ever need anything, we store it out here. So we have our kids' Tylenol, ibuprofen, allergy medicine. We do use a lot of silver. Let me know if you guys know what silver is, if you guys use it, but we use a lot of silver when it comes to stuff. And then we have just our regular vitamins. I've been getting like peroxide and alcohol from Ruby's Pantry. I got a bunch of this. So I got all of these from Ruby's Pantry one time. We have all our first aid like stuff out here. We got a bunch of witch hazel. So we try to store and keep up with a lot of that. What else do we have? Our bandages. Lauren also has other containers that he stores a lot of that stuff in also. So that's another, like we have these little, let me see if I can share that with you guys. So we have these containers down here that we store a lot of our first aid stuff in. And we have all of our food grade buckets, all of my sealers in there. And then our, our water bath canner. And I also have an electric canner that I store in the house. So that is pretty much everything that we store out here. Besides, like, we have headphones. Lauren has a bunch of headphones up there. And candles, matches. We also have little propane lighters that we keep in here, or little propane fire little things if we need that. Batteries. Mainly try to keep everything in here so we have one center area. So if we need anything, we can just go directly to this. And then flashlights. A lot of us, we all mainly have flashlights in the house, and we kind of collect flashlights. So we have a lot of them in case of an emergency. But that's pretty much everything that we store out here for our prepper pantry. If you guys missed my last video on the new stuff that I put out here, I wanted to go over that with, like I said, with what I found at Walmart. So if you're interested, I will leave that down below. I also will leave my whole playlist for our prepper pantry down below, and then you guys can go back and check that out. But sorry for all the noise, but I have little baby chickens right here, so you're gonna hear that right now. So this is our other area that we store our canned goods. So we have our apple cider vinegar, because we use that for our animals and the water and stuff. So we always have, we try to store the bigger bottles of that, and then all our regular canned goods are right here. This is not necessarily like our prepper area. This is just where we want to store our canned goods because we don't have an area in the house. I just cleaned out this whole area recently on another video, but I haven't got to put the drawers and stuff in this one area right here. So I need to clean that up yet, but otherwise that is all done. And then we have that area up on top that we store all of our dry canned goods and all of my seasonings, and then my canning jars, some oatmeal, flour, and then like pancake mix and stuff we store in mason jars. So that is just a little peek of this area where we store our canned goods. That is everything for today's video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.